Dear student, today we are going to learn seventh topic of science, standard 9th, energy flow in an ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Your surrounding is called ecosystem. In your surrounding there are living and non-living factor. The living organisms are called biotic factor, for example, plants, animals, and microorganisms. And non-living factor in your surrounding are called abiotic factor, for example, air, water, soil, temperature, etc. Biotic factor uses abiotic factor for their growth, and there is continuous interaction between abiotic and biotic factor. The energy flow in an ecosystem. All living organisms get energy from food, and this energy get transferred from one living organism to other through food chain. So let us learn food chain. We'll take one example. The grass is eaten up by grasshopper. The grasshopper is eaten up by frog. Frog is eaten up by snake. And snake is eaten up by hawk or eagle. Here in this food chain, there is transfer of energy from grass to grasshopper, grasshopper to frog, and frog to snake, and snake to hawk. So this transfer of energy from one trophic level to other trophic level is called food chain. Plant prepare food by using solar energy by the process of photosynthesis. Here, solar energy is trapped by the plant. Hence, they are called producer. These plants or producer are eaten up by animals. Hence, they are called consumer. These consumers have different level, that is primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumer. Primary consumers are grass eaters, which are called herbivorous. For example, cow, goat, sheep, deer. The secondary consumers eats herbivorous. For example, lion, tiger, fox. The apex consumers eat both, that is, living things as well as plants as well as animals, and hence they are called omnivorous. They are apex consumer because they are not eaten up by anyone. The food chain is thus a course of eating and being eaten up, and through food chain the energy get transfer from sun to living world and from living world into the surrounding. Hence, the flow of energy is unidirectional. Now, food web. A single organism may not be the prey. The single organism may be the prey of different animal. For example, the insect can be eaten up by frog or bird or lizard or any other living organism. If we show it in a figure, it forms intricate network, and that is called food web. So what is food web? Food web is the interconnection of different food chain at different trophic level. So, dear children, you have learned the sun is the ultimate source of energy for the functioning of biosphere, because solar energy is trapped by the green plant. By the process of photosynthesis they prepare food, and these food prepared by the plant get transferred to the animals at a different trophic level. This energy, which is trapped by the sun, it goes on decreasing as it transfer from one trophic level to another trophic level. Only 10% of the energy is available for the next trophic level, and the energy goes on decreasing as it goes from one trophic level to another trophic level, and hence it forms the pyramid that is called energy pyramid. Now, in this biosphere, the decomposers plays very important role. The decomposers are fungi and other microorganisms. This decomposer decomposes the dead bodies of living organism as well as waste product of living organism and return back the element in their elemental form, and hence decomposer plays very important role. Biogeochemical cycle. The cyclic flow of nutrient or chemicals from living world to earth and from earth to living world is called biogeochemical cycle. Plant needs nutrients like water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and mineral. Animal needs nutrients like carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, and mineral. These nutrients are made up of chemical element, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, etc. So the nutrient or chemical, this flows cyclically in the biosphere from living world to non-living world. There are two types of biogeochemical cycle, that is gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle. The gaseous cycles include nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water cycle, while the sedimentary cycle includes the mineral cycle like iron, calcium, phosphorus, which are found in the soil. Now let us learn first carbon cycle. The circulation and recycling of carbon from atmosphere to living world and from living world to atmosphere is called carbon cycle. In the carbon cycle, the process of photosynthesis, respiration, combustion, decomposition plays important role in incorporation of carbon dioxide and returning back carbon dioxide to the nature. Plant convert CO2 to carbohydrate by the process of photosynthesis, and animals return it to the atmosphere by the process of respiration. Combustion decomposition also plays important role in the returning of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Now we'll see the second cycle, that is oxygen cycle. Circulation and recycling of oxygen within the biosphere is called oxygen cycle. Oxygen usually uh, uh, oxygen is highly reactive element, and these element react with many different element and form the compound like water, oxygen, carbon dioxide, ozone. Oxygen is released in the atmosphere by the process of photosynthesis, and it is used for the process of respiration, combustion, corrosion, decomposition, and rusting, and many other processes. The organism which uses oxygen for their respiration are called aerobic organism, while the organism which do not need oxygen for their respiration are called anaerobic microorganism. Now we are going to start with the third cycle, that is nitrogen cycle. Children, nearly 78% of nitrogen is present in the atmosphere, but the living organism or plants are unable to utilize them directly. First, it should get convert into nitrogen compound. Then only the plants are able to absorb them for the synthesis of protein. So this process of conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into its nitrogen compound is called nitrogen fixation. This nitrogen can be fixed in a different way, that is by the physical and biological process. The rhizobium and azotobacters, which are present on the root nodules of leguminous plant, fix the atmospheric nitrogen, that is they convert it into nitrogen compound. The plant absorbs this nitrogen compound and utilize it for the synthesis of protein. Nitrogen is very important component of proteins and nucleic acid, and hence all living organisms participate in the nitrogen cycle. The other process for nitrogen cycles are ammonification, nitrification and denitrification. Through this process, there is a continuous circulation of nitrogen from living world to atmosphere and from atmosphere to living world, which is called nitrogen cycle. So here we have completed the lesson. Now you have to solve the exercise given on page number 87. Thank you.